Esther Mordechai, and I'm a Canadian Woman Against Antisemitism. I'm honored to be standing here with this extraordinary young student who understands what real advocacy looks like, what real allyship looks like, and who understands exactly what's at stake here. Today, we're here fighting for freedom of expression, freedom of academia, the very pillars of democratic freedom and honest and respectful dialogue. Instead, we have fences, barricades, and checkpoints on campus to keep out those who disagree, to silence all those whose truth-telling might topple the very flimsy walls of propaganda these encampments are built upon. As a woman, as a mother, as a Jewish woman, as a founder of Canadian Women Against Antisemitism, for me, the greatest threat beyond the silencing and marginalizing of Jewish students, faculty, and staff is the threat that this encampment possesses to women. And yes, I said threat, and I meant threat. The minute we glorify Hamas, the minute you raise a banner with a slogan, by any means necessary, the minute you deny sexual violence, the sexual torture that Jewish women have been subjected to on October 7th and continue to this day, hostages, women hostages, and then in the next breath, call for more October 7th, you have raised the clear and present threat of sexual violence towards every single female Jewish student, faculty member, and staff. And this threat, this specter of sexual violence, of rape, is harm enough. Forcing Jewish women to walk past this encampment just to get to the class. Well, I noticed that there's a few people videotaping me from the opposite, but that's okay. I want them to hear the words of truth. Or to celebrate their graduation, or just to get to work, is an act of psychological sexual violence, and we have had enough. Never again starts now. Anti-Israel propaganda is just an excuse for pure anti-Semitism. If we go back to 1930s, that's how it all began. That's what I think. Hitler's playbook was indoctrinate young student minds with lies. What are the encampments for million Uyghurs who are in concentration camps? What are encampments for hundreds of thousands of black people dying in Darfur in Sudan? How about slave trade? How about Iranian people being imprisoned and tortured by Iranian government? How about Yazidis? How about Assad killing hundreds of thousands of people? What are the marches? I don't see them. This encampment must fall. The Jewish women who learn, who teach, who work on this campus are dependent on the administration of the university to take action. We have lived with this threat hanging over our campus for long enough. The founders of feminist movement, there were a lot of strong Jewish women. I can't even think what they would think about, because Me Too, unless you're a Jew, which started on October 7th, as a woman, 30 years I dedicated fighting for women's rights. I fought for women from every background, every faith. On October 7th, the next day, I felt alone. Rape crisis centers and all the women organizations are silent. This is a pure indication that anti-Semitism there's a global war on Jews. And administrations of universities, not only these universities, they need to wake up, because if it was any other community, this would not have been tolerated. And government policies, anti-hate policies, do not include Jews, which emphasizes the fact that the Jews are the most marginalized community. Never again begins now. Thank you everyone for coming. And I hope the other side, I see there's few tents over there. They heard what we have to say. Thank you.